Janet Kuypers, host of the show at the cafe.
This is what I would ask. I hear radio talk show hosts like Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity, and I listen to the religious president, George W. Bush. I hear these radio talk show hosts praise the life of an unborn child, or try to save Terry Schiavo, who had no chance of survival if she ever got off of life support. And I know some of them even ran charities to help natural disaster victims. Kind people, these Republicans. And then I hear that Texas, President Bush's state, has put 10 times more prisoners to death than any other state since the 90s. Let me correct that. Actually, since the 70s. Make a long time here. I then even hear Republicans protest the Supreme Court's decision saying that minors should not get the death penalty. Yeah, they're going to protest that one. And when I heard about their love of life and then heard about their hatred of life, I wondered if I was the only one that saw the moral confusion. So when I hear these radio talk show hosts get up on their horses, their high horses over the radio waves, downplaying anyone's arguments and galloping away on their steed, I'd like to call in and ask them the question, excuse me, I see that you Republicans seem to revere life so much, from the unborn to those on life support. So I have to ask, how can you support the death penalty? Why do you revere some life, then decide to exterminate someone who's committed a crime? I've heard you talk about the evils of abortion, but why, when it's wrong to kill a fetus, a life yet to breathe on its own, it's okay to kill people who have been breathing for years? I'd like to ask President Bush, when our country's now so far in debt because of your war, maybe we could start to save money by not killing people? I mean, the death penalty doesn't deter, and it costs more taxpayer money when every person on death row gets appeal after appeal, while every taxpayer pays the court costs, the judge costs, and the government-appointed lawyer costs. Hell, with the death penalty, we still have to give them all of their food and keep in prison for years. So if we spend more money killing people than keeping them in prison for life, why don't we just learn to be moral and cut financial corners and help out the economy? But I'm sure those talk show hosts would cut me off, discussing the heinousness of the prisoner's crime. But I'd try to ask them, who made them the judge for life and death? I've heard death penalty supporters claim that the Bible supports the death penalty, though they don't say where. I suppose that in the Old Testament, God killed entire towns, flooded the earth, but according to their religion, God is the judge, not them. I've heard these supporters say they're religious, Christian like their wonderful president, and then they say they support an eye for an eye, which is when I wonder why they're referencing the Old Testament, and not that there's anything wrong with the Old Testament, but they're referencing the Old Testament, and they're not listening to Jesus' words when he told them to ignore what his Father said, but do as he does, and love one another. Jesus said to turn the other cheek. Killing someone is hardly turning the other cheek. I mean, where is our Christian forgiveness when they sentence people to death? And wait a minute, do these Christian people believe that Jesus would support their death sentences? It makes me think of terrorists who support killing people who don't believe in their God, in their way. We find terrorist behavior abhorrent, and we sit here behind our mighty Constitution deciding who lives and who dies. But our Christian president liked playing God. The presidency wasn't enough for him. I guess once President Bush was running the casino, he just kept saying to himself, because he had to be right, that the House always wins.